3 matches.
Based on the 3 matches now,
what has been our best
very
player?
Because my chum go form see Myanmar after first game and say them who do time also in your chance. We say what try Suleiman be what 10.
Kamal
Suleiman. I'm fat. As was sad in the Baba Kubim.
Yeah, against
as the coach seem to have some trust.
He want or not the front line of the runners. Players who can run.
But when doing more.
Yeah, game no. Was center a game on low block. You defend it. The moment a better
ball. Fast.
Yeah, you need VT be an iPad to waste time on the ball in the method. It's a quick transition. Sort of it's all quick transition. Here front line to make
to Pomom to boy Naki. No more.
I say Naki in England, the angel boy in Naki say a back of France. Blasters players in see and run on the shoulders of defenders. Obiano Nimi better than in Naki. It's a ball against England. Okay. England be possess a ball. Omo na beji game na. So omo ball on a high line. Na see a ball na tum. Na obi running with the defender. And yes, we crab ball no. Say Suleiman na mo de obu crab ball na no more speed. Me am crab ball no more speed. But see a ball na tum.
America kofa.
Inaki ni yecha omo nyina.
All right. Enti abaga o so de on penisa. Yebese.
Yebese. Before matches, there's one thing that is very important: the comments of the coaches. And after matches, the comments of the coaches. You sometimes need to pay a lot of attention to some coaches' neck. Now, I mean, I will follow the presser of the Colombian coach, Visa Mame in Komone Kakra. So far in this tournament, I did Ghana yepa yejina we are seeing about Ghana baso our low block and our defensive organization. Into your coach now, before even Obe answer, we know I appreciate how defensively organized our Ghana team here. So before the Croatia game, now go cry and concede. We are facing the shots, but we are preventing the shot from entering the goalpost. Now, this is how our coach, Edebabe Tuja, regards to how he's going to stop Ghana, our low block. And that is the first warning that we need to pay attention to. Or say, obey use precision, movement, attacking rounds, and long range shots. And on it, and your man Naya, Colombia coach and say, on a Ghana Bebono, or the Babe Ejuma. Precision, movement, attacking rounds, and long range shots. And me too, Colombia team now my head on. I watch them against DR Congo. Congo by default. A ball in a 5-back system. Omu defensive structure no kra no ding chen Ghana de no. Utu omu de 5-4-1 straight. And omu ball. Not entirely nipa no dodo ne de. But utu they cover almost every space on the field. And in that game, Colombia had a way around it. Shot a hold omu boko pomu that the goalkeeper needed to make save, and eventually Zutu they scored. And obi has our born Sanyoma 4 we coach ni use here. Colombia are more of a hybrid. We defend the kakra, no ma attack o kakra. And they go and come to the energy, the stamina of Colombia team no. One of the best in this competition. No sign of weakness regards to running the 90 minutes. Omo kobasa, omo attack, omo ba. Then they played against Portugal. So goalkeeper friend Diego Costa needed to make 6 saves, of which 4 were outside the penalty box. Into coach in a long range shorter. What in the 2 matches, specifically matches me know against DR Congo and against Portugal. They are not interested so much in possession, but a quick transition. Omoje bona enye pa na sa papa na asemiutu as ye ko diagonal move forward, and within the next minute either so nya corner
go share block
ana omo Obama keeper che no moto their movement away from their long range shot that Macan. Ghana conceded goal against Colombia through a long range shot. Croatia against a long range through a long range shot. Sana omo. And this takes me to something. Tournament where I airborne. And a match keep a view of them biano. Juma pa. Yes, for the Blasters. So far, Colombia air counted close to 17 shots on target. Our tournament team. Next, some boss shots. Those shots make me shot like close to the goal area or outside the goal area. But the point I'm trying to say is that so if you don't have a goalkeeper that will come to the party and will be making the saves, you are in danger. Into a keeper no better no. Ni awareness, ni safe direction.
Why no better?
Clearly, the economy say be Asare na better.
Okay.
That means Croatia go na share no, and so we say be brave no so. And Mati Johata or can say ball na e bon. Ewo ne aerodynamics ni a different kakra. It is shot from distance. Ball no initially nipa no be kick no be feel say as a nyash dey anose. But when it gets closer, as an move away from your direction, not speed ni so mu yeding. And most of the goalkeepers have been underestimating the power behind the ball. No? And some of the players on body bimbos and nambu. So those who are getting their kick right, it's becoming stubborn for the goalkeepers. And even around the group stage, near 28 goals outside the penalty box. And so coach catch us or no ball, no bet tap pie ball ne free chiria. As a son who's over wow. Now Ghana ball England. That was one of our best matches. But to the movement of the English team, no, na enye rapid, sir. You can easily predict the Namadwiki Baye and predict the regimes by Akano. If it's Spence and I'm to now to me predict it, only Anthony Gordon the Ombaye. On one movement, no, a bit difficult to track was Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane. But because they were starved in terms of supply, no. And at a point, Harry Kane movement were predictable because he was always going to drop away from the goal area and not drop but now easy for party to mark him. So on the coach you Kobono catcher said no the movement may be when it means a Juma Daho Edema center backs no. As to how they can track the spaces of the players and also the ability to pick the second balls. Internet a low block there. But to a Juma Daho and away from that. Before you can qualify, you need to score. And this takes me to one of the biggest problems our Black Stars need face, which are attacking transition and our goal scoring threats. A defense na abomoding, and until the even a critical assessment of our attack, the first excuse for any my attack near so mobile actually be defended. Yajina too, but I'm just born ecosystem, and enough for can. Our attack has been so poor. So I attack ni ya. Mutu enyo. Me say we are safe because of our ultra defensive approach. But born na airborne. Our attackers are not doing enough. Or our attacking system has not been the best. And Croatia am I a smooth air test because that's how much you be kakra. And mutu ye be you realize the lapses in terms of connection. In terms of movement, in terms of shot accuracy, you saw that, and that is one problem. I'm just hoping that almost a week in here, ball back match back on. The technical team, now they were aware of the task ahead, and to some extent, they've worked towards it, corrected it. So how best we can utilize our attack whenever we get the ball is the most important thing. Difficult game ending.
Okay. Right, that.
Colombia, a boy number 4 of Lema, Puerta, now James Rodriguez in front of them. Then Arias, Suarez, Sporting Lisbon guy. No?
Arias knows about too.
I was.
I don't know, remember of team. Arias
and Luis Diaz. So this is how Omomo forward to attack it look like into a 4-3-3. This how they play. Omo with David. So Kuruba no. Onona obeyi Suarez frame. Suarez started at the first two. No Kuruba ni beyi ni mu. And against Portugal or started Kuruba and Suarez beyi ni frame. Suarez is their main guy. He scored 28 goals for Sporting Lisbon last season. He's the main guy. Yes, that.
I go carry through.
On go take you over no. Now only team no dey hu pa. Omo guy be also left for defend Kotero. ona obeyi Hames Ephraim Mr. Hames
maame bi si e be bo si amba bo mu din sa
oh say
maame bi na kan
o say de
ai anyam clinic o say e be bo na uti mu amba bo mu din no mo mo ayi huhu so e ja park no so e no mpe
da bi
o si England ye na belle mi na belle ring na de o ti mo o ka belle bi de mo ka pa mo ka azu ko wa no we na quota na poeta na so are zi ja pa so e hu we
ye ejuma no
ba ho si amuma ye so nkofo no unye musa
ye ni na onum de o ye ne se Hames ni the physique because we age through one more games aso nko afi nko o sa team ready o
min so ja bokwa
on ha 1-2 matches osimejai okwa anti on share more club football in the last 2 seasons in here eti obwa do 50 something minutes around the Quintero na ba be yin frame also left footer a lot of runnings shooting from behind about 27 shots or so against Portugal 22 against Venice and DR Congo 15 against Uzbekistan eti
Portugal no boy pa
omo shot pa they team
Portugal no more
shoot pa so I say omo shoot to pa eti omo space they will shoot especially Luis Diaz our team you know menim no for them because one thing I very clear is Elisha ne Sibonde you can't stay them together Yerechi is back Partey plus one of them which likely to be Sibu these are made for three that he's going to use any one on the wings you know yes Semenyo will start and he said that Jordan will start but one of Fatau or Niama almost you know the best start to be on so over bench bar no about home one day it's a game where we still have to rely on our transition which have been very slow so far this tournament team even though you're very quick attackers but against Croatia the time Adete a ball penetrating pass no to find Semenyo okay first half for the chance go nyaya no but Mobi they are forcing the ball you pass around na the Kuechi you pass na the Kuechi eti ene local game unless we are going to prepare for a penalty shootout ko wa hwe Kureza or the Egypt for unko final no Florano City no ball penalties na ko duru final pon penalties na siriga for the charity finish eti ne ball no ade a good for local games he will defend onya the moment and he punish you onya moment na no akọ for do akọ extra time and penalties but at least yes a Bobby here but if I saw how you need closer for the boy just some small details and if you watch Croatia yesterday how comfortable they were now they share compare Ghana at least Croatia ABB teams the best out of players no again go and watch any England there's coaching working with the Ghana team and I'm want to believe say and one our biggest our match game against Colombia Carlos Correa say our bibia obet me am the best Colombia for will not be at their best and that how much and if they are not at their best yes so no the small details we punish them one we know Jordan will start but I have substitution or I should be quick on Jordan
okay
so emfa but sometimes I like Yamane when Brandon and Co no bet me about Nyama Inaki is there apart from England game or more game so entertain and there you hope in a coach now you come out anymore say
team you represent TVI support
we
should present the best
so on so far we say tournament to him and I can in England no England other teams are you understand say a coach now England for Jambo again in Croatia no Croatia versus England Croatia versus Portugal Croatia ne Panama among other teams now you know say a cross system no boy na am Croatia for Jambo on board it's and I'm watching our strongest in Carlos Correa say he will find a system that will not get the best out of the Colombian team no omo de you know mo epe o World Cup omo best quarter final omo nyehu bia o say they are not sa on minor o maji bi de na ye no mo boy struggle Colombia de World Cup makwa nya omo mbre so ye no mo nya quarter final na ye best the highest one quarter final and 2 round of 16 so if what the average ni bam ya the class omo ana mo tedi o ba ko be say ya quarter final ya round of 16 but omo best quarter final 2 round of 16 if we are going to analyze team now yes they have good players but enyo maya say omo huna ye because World Cup omo ni bonsin ye omo nya de nsin ye World Cup mu omo kwa so omo ko omo nya hwe omo ko add numbers kwa they only go add numbers and in terms of modern World Cup there we go to erom ye pe and say boys na ehun say Colombia omo nsin ye World Cup erom ye pe we do there be me say World Cup aboko say
mu there be end
omo highest quarter final you see quarter final
eno dey end sadem no
omo nsin ye eti enyo manya say omo hu because they are not the category you know so
that's a good talk before the game ye nyawo Black Star for nim 5 minutes back beboa
no I say call mo me say masa boy yo
say ball na mo ball aburitire ni ade no omo monchem mo ball ni ade omo ha ko Diaz ni party yepe Diaz ni party na level ya ade kro meboa
Diaz ni party
Sasa me graphic no oba me can say Diaz no ni ade ni Champions League no bobo say on say me nyokra amba na mo de ba ko bi aba party
good season same
oh okay
so now say omo
a good season ben
good season
Champions League ala say
ni no boy so omo the defense omo group
how many defense
dan say group E ni group F omo ni no omo defense ni na omo ko group E ni group F omo top ni na the same group ni na omo na ko
omo top omo aka ni na
England so that so
na Colombia Argentina ni France mo omo makam na dos omo ma team na do no ko obi defense say he was strong they were in a group with Portugal omo na top here and you ntimi underrate omo they make an
ye dey na ye pese hia no ye nya no
okay yati libo bi dey na fe coach am here wi
to
Ghana will beat Colombia and Switzerland. Nana Adams, yes.
Okay. Switzerland they beat me a show. But Colombia they then.
So
Pa. On say Adeba could say ye team no expectation of from. The Ghana for expectation of Blasters in from.
It is the Abaslo.
No, baby any
if you in England no.
No baby any fan is
and na Croatia and dodge bi na mo mo say
na say you win Colombia say for Canada
send e ko anim no dey no waduru 160
no dey share you okay
sam na dey na ge be bantemu
and after say na share you nya part 20 be okay
oh say yeah oh you dodge you ejiri and dodge
pressure na ba coach ni so on say coach ni say na star na kakra go na fi Ghana for ni bi na why too defensive no one on that dey ba kwa ba Ghana for ni say zutu the coach ye nyina ye wo game bi obetin ya sa de no ye wo games bi obetin ya sa de no
I see ya she
you see be qualify enya country bi na Ghana ne no mbebo a coach be betin akoti na chiri o ka de Ghana for de be ka jiso dwane
obeyan results
so too
enya results ni ebe
Ghana na wuti no
we want to move on
e refi your man temo nti o ya de a
Ghana million kan ya wampi one
there team ni mienu set up anyhow obi abesi approach game no ma men chance in free Black Stars me dey na meeting na me pe so on say from day one me catch you say
na be Portugal
say me can wa catch you say I don't want us to meet Colombia because me hwe Colombia team na be ma boda the way almost ball no on nipa da se ni bi amtutu oko into a battle o how we prepare yourself okay it do the hye Croatia game no we see a static game no tutu near attacking in pieces na ye mi musa o then Croatia for the start so mu shoot from afar okay nti players na dwene be ye almost say yes city deep reason why city deep ni say yema opponent ni nya spaces ema attack here by team na ye no omo bo no zo tui omunya shot outside 80 omunya chance outside 18 box no mu shoot by so yentimi ka say yes city deep ni kwani the only way to stop them. It is our boss now mo pick it closer to 18 year boss no as you get closer to them you pick it our boss no. It have the mindset of the team kwai fa so prepare game no any ye call game no the AC no asesa. Unlike any England were not shooting from afar. They say na crucial for you know. Say England started so much shoot and echo on target. Serious one to say Croatia bona bopo. Obo ho na Asare wa ye save bi ehun a. Ka fo bon say yen city so deep. Omo players no mo shoot ni we best start see HC wo mo. Say there be omo shoot na me threat emfama ye. Etine ye ne Colombia game no. Bizo ebe game a. Said the Uber the kind no. Obi a wahwe a Colombia team no. One of their biggest weapon is shooting outside from the 18 but yes ebi omo fan she bebre. But ebi omekwa ko share obi na wo goalkeeper anko yes Portugal na DR Congo goalkeeper no on that evening now we sa do omo ye those number of saves so from omo long balls no mo boy no. There is one thing about their team intine from omo ball na mahwe no. If I'm in the shoes of Carlos Cruz, Kameko with 2 center forwards to occupy their 2 center backs. Adibu a medwene ho a bema board amentiase players bo mbegina club football mbobo time but ko national team a afi ne level ne ti say player bia wa hye ne national team top player bia wa hye national team JC oka brand bi na efe Davidson Sanchez no but not must be ofa ya brand not must be no okay no
wa sampa papa
ba o he no
Colombia will take you over
o Galatasaray
yeah
o he no Colombia national team
o ba
o he no Colombia national team Bona obono bema boda
ubeti no na ne ayas omne United ball final ana na United Europa final
Morino die no
was some brutal so obo na set no
it obo club side abeka so wasan but obo national team a different player one hand national team performance we classify as a world class center back and ono na your first point of their build up from the back. Ofa omo 2 center backs na Lukumi and Davidson Sanchez between the two the typical table ni yepa Davidson Sanchez obo one topper Lukumi nimizo to ne ho den and onim how to push strikers away from so we create danger their mom enti occupy o center forward when you are playing one topper na Davidson Sanchez no to abeya an additional midfielder. Omuni good ball distributors in their midfield. Because even if Fashion Lama or Crystal Palace, he's not a good distributor of the ball. The strength when Okwakotaki Akwaje Bono. But Ubusa say, other than more side players, but still, Colombia to be finding way to be possess a bono. Because Davidson Sanchez was built like a ball playing center back. It's Obeka midfield no. Then he gives them control on the ball. Said the Beya Jefferson mo Mijoto, they will start picking on men to take balls away from them as defensive midfielders. Omoye said you many in area, they don't delay on the ball. Then they try to find their playmaker in James Rodriguez. James foul ball the first player Luis Diaz ne runs. Intine bema boda. Madika Kabako say
we dey say nyende.
Kayenko with 2 top.
We dey be from you.
You call with 2 topper. Na ya occupy mu 2 center backs na ye be say omo build up ne kakra then the senior any Luis Diaz battle no enu ne e be decide
senior will win
enu ne be decide game me per how we go into the tournament the confidence level was so once omo ye ranking for best defenders at the tournament no more nim defend the say not to 67 until we go into the tournament ababeti tournament na say on more attacking qualities but na bo na ye bo no ye here right fullback go by attack. You hear right fullback will be defending because one of Colombia's biggest threat is Luis Diaz. It is what me occupy Luis Diaz. No, he Luis Diaz every game anymore. Actually, say Colombia attacking threat. Ya te ba kuso. Eti mizoto. Ene game ni a gamer. Aka yanko with a typical 4-2-4. 4-2-4 ne say you call with the normal back four. No 4-2-4. The time you call with 4-2-4 ne say you to you call with a normal back four. You call with a normal back four. Then you call with 2 holding midfielders. Pate and Yirinchi. Because you need a box to box midfielder. Obeko, Obeba. So what the mention I say. Then the front four, the coach will not drop Jordan. And he young call with 2 center forwards. 2 center forwards no. Semenyo should play just closer to Jordan. Semenyo Jordan. Minim de Eha Ishaku. Because when it comes to natural talent, any goal scoring threat.
But he's still playing well.
Yes, any goal scoring threat. Offer your wingers now. Zutu. Ono the weapon and all the njomu nyina. Atade kakra me hu ni say ne off the pitch lifestyle no. I say on the pitch football no. You were a great talent at hand. Ishaku Fatao no Zutu. But enusu bi gina ono an so. Eti your boy with 2 maybe your boy Ishaku and that boy no Asante.
All left.
Yeah, game way in the game.
Yeah.
Strong on the ball. Defensively, he's good. So, and he doesn't delay when team they attack it.
A second match in a while maybe Grano. England no boy. England no.
It's say a set a team not up in this format. One, ya block Colombia build up play. You bet me I rely on Senenya to block Luis Diaz because James Rodriguez momoje bo ho no mo hwe. The moment we are able to do this now, I just say you are limiting Colombia.
But Diaz no ba wo be di na chi.
Yes, that's one neba. Baby obefa bi one no. Baby Diaz befa bi am so oba o change ni position even from.
Ba ono so de on pe no. O dan ho no.
Yes, ontimi
kura.
Yes, ontimi
kura.
O ya say
ontimi. Ka me na against me we boy no botu Lamte.
Yes.
I think the first or second match for
against Brighton.
Against Brighton.
Yes.
Lamte Tariq. One in a year.
Then the two.
Wait, my close marking. Yeah.
Maybe say.
I don't know. Good on it. From a coach's point of view.
No, that's why.
Close marking there. Open close mark. I'm going to space in a manner. I take off.
We can now. Now, when's all pace?
Our pace, but they will chasing in the off work on a on over quadrant.
So man is space no control ball.
Space, more space on the line. A man penetration in French, and they close the central defense. No way, just space on the right side. So they buy one for Aquacofa.
We know level, Mr.
And we to ya set up in a
other own to the Mechanasiana.
So the neighbor.
So we are theory.
It will be just space.
I forgot it. Oh, man, Louisias, oh, man, no problem. But my name pick the first ball. Or pick the first ball, not 10.
And only a seminal because I got Yanu.
No, there be
no put up on or pass it on or Jana when you market, but on 2 space or Bakwajao. There be Uber 10 on Wakwajao. There be. Because the moment you give him space, you don't want to go and
Abasentala, where
Nigeria close marking.
Go to Abasentala, where the Chiaba. We did a Chiba no 2 hono. To close down. Into a bottle. Who 10 an hour was chasing into an old Louisiana.
I am going to figure out the bomb no sliding. Only go man, no sliding or honor. No one was closer to the center defenders. And on a bob to the right side. No fire. But only about 2 left. I won't even fat.
Answer Anthony Gordon, they are runners. Luis Diaz, the strength.
No,
so opeke ball na and an Imrikaba. But the off ball movement, the
I'll give you a message.
The off ball
attack a first. That time no man close marking. A show Jan's space. And I was shedding on. No money come and
my community. My block in the night back open the bubble. The only thing you have to do is to stand on his strong leg. But Luis Diaz, also no. So man for born. He can even decide not to play on the line.
That boy no dangerous.
Obekati. On the line to run with you.
So Jibo can't
stop
him from receiving the ball.
Exactly.
Exactly. For receiving the name so on your starting.
Don't none who have that.
Jibo then stop him from receiving the ball. I fuck also say this is a player on your static. O movie. And so moving out within a chair. Who space near the horn. At the hole. They will now play the ball to that space.
None no call.
What when him the face in say and on only face ball until on only face space no than
on take off no direct
to now have to
turn in what
so yemfa Luis Diaz as a player yemfa Luis Diaz as a player ne runs or running on the line I will use a lot of pace and there be when he doesn't have the ball on only the end say give the ball to him so the ball ne man now on the kuta ball no you comfortable on the ball there who problem.
Okay. So stop him from getting the ball.
It is stop him from getting the ball. That is the first thing because Obe say or the nature receive ball. No, we don't need
Japan for the
Obe I don't need ball no pass.
No, say I need the watch say upon all your fullbacks when it comes to defending, he's the best among them. Watch at this tournament.
Oh, so many tackle team use.
Luis Diaz in the end says, "Oh man, you control the first ball. Not done any so about so there, and no problem. And no dear. So about so 10 times a move 7 over call. Why are there 3?
No, football. No, time I did pass near corner about so. Said I be our money and
say only near you. What no? Okay, or move be our no. Or Jabona. So the next thing he has to do is to send the ball back. On to me, Nana and home mouse.
What I know in for the man. You use space.
Then you can
use space.
What
I know who I'm space
man direct. I'm about to space someone
there with the same game no I watch na ho machi nti e ba yi na ebe ho nti bezoto da be nya najo e ya ho machi me nko kam obi nko tena e 1:30
e ya najo
ti nya najo ya ho machi
afakwa we susu ejini o
e no je ejini
bezoto
na 1:30 ye dey ana ye be hia ye kan najo a ye kan najo a e 12 midnight if you don't call be nyina na ye
ahomachi ana for no ba na ya be pimi se na ya ahomachi
eti
ahomachi e 3 bus 5 na ya ahomachi ana adu no ye time ya da
eti bezoto
ba ball no mo bi ankoda say ne ya ye ku
eti ye be hia Thomas Partey bezoto at his best reason is simple yentimi nkuta ball ni bebre won finfin eti ye be hia obi a the moment the defenders never pick a ball no obekwa akọju omo dutu then a quick transition eti na say na mega say me hwe ye ne Croatia game no how Croatia forces set up no say na Colombia beba wo Partey was too slow for me when he was not finding spaces at the pass ama no he was also not creating spaces eti na fa ma Partey game na be oje a ba bi ojana either saw the Bema center backs no and Obaba center backs in them no about occupy like a third center back no more pass wo ho enti and they be here Thomas Partey because among your midfielders no when it comes to ball distribution he's the best among them enti as a quite bia so na say Thomas Partey enya ni A game no so to say unya one thing is say we are in for a tough game. We are in for a very, very good game. One thing is say this is knockout stage. Young ball for points.
Yeah.
Group stage there. Ball for points so be qualify. Even 3 points score. How I work up is structure and 3 points score do qualify. Into your mathematics. Where one moment you are out of the tournament. Either through the 90 minutes, you show extra time and also bubble penalties. Obu ho be setting the team up. To wait for luck ne se mama ko tenachi defender o de do beba mesubia na message na yen kwa ne mfa ko penalties there e obi a game it's now one game to I don't think the coach can defend like an England game you know see e ko tenachi gidi throughout the game near defender e be disaster ko makacho say the number of shots this Colombia for the best sending into a half no especially with James Rodriguez when it comes to kick see a kick ball yeah, use power. A direct ball no dey na go poster. He's one of the best in the game. It will be in Porto, will be in Monaco, will be in Real Madrid, will be in Colombia national team biano. One of James Rodriguez the biggest strength is to any shooting abilities. It is yes kasi kwa continue gidi you benya problem. Looking at the mummy countries here mienu as better at the World Cup. Medical the Megan and yes in chain.
Yeah.
Now I me football as a football analyst.
Yeah.
The men who between the two teams at the World Cup. So me who be a strength, now me show be a weakness. Remember that a game a set like a 2-1 for Colombia.
2-1 for Colombia as an analyst.
2-1 for Colombia, yes.
Okay.
Then the back
as a Ghanaian.
Me come Ghana mudia. Then
2-1 for Ghana.
Me hwe game ebia 90 minutes no be my brother kaminya 1-1. E 90 minutes na kebebo because mostly they do extra time there. You call her now. Obi decide say coach tactics and tanya adwuma wo.
Ajibo wo ye Ghana ni wo pese ye ho to ya. Yes anko extra time.
Dabi the time make us say winning the game 90 minutes na ending.
Dem so we analysis no and they you attend.
Ha ma ba me Ghana.
Ghana dey 2-1.
90 minutes na ending. But you call the extra time, say the last 30 minutes na. Only coaches didn't come out. Why not coaches instruction comes to a notion? Because at that particular moment, you don't want to take the risk of going on penalties. Ebi ana nko yama. It's a job players no. After the more express mo. So to the mention as you. Anti hono na be my brother see a extra time na menya sa confidence no. As a Ghanaian, but the first 90 minutes in there, I think Colombia stand a better chance than they win the game. Yes.
Okay. Right. Until Yamban say was some little over 12 hours to go. Mebwa na ye de so. Ewo chronom na ye de ye ko. Argentina match no some say wo
chronom yeah.
Argentina Quebec.
Eno so edin.
Eno na
edin
na kwakubu nsam say Quebec be Argentina.
Edin you do oni dintia. Masha Argentina against teams omoko on low block. But they correct 2014. Argentina against Bosnia. Argentina against Iran. Iran team na carry creation na coaching.
But all they didn't go. Why are you?
When Argentina no to no more bo. Na one allow spaces because omo call with two weapons. Either they rely on the creativity of Lionel Messi or the goal scoring ability of Lionel Messi. Into inipa ba ko boy nyoma mienu. He creates and he scores. Only the creativity of Lionel Messi. It becomes a big problem for Argentina. So tell me say. And Cape Verde for you no. O match say World Cup no mobile no. Omo do match tomorrow. Say we Spain, we ya de chen omo. But yeah the strategy de buy ni say, we ya de chen e kugu akiri. Na ye no, ye ma space. Nyame ye ya dum bia. Nyame ye ya dum bia. Enti one gamer. Yes, Argentina will experience. They have the confidence because over tournament favorites ni nyina. Ope country omo tournament and that our pressure be anywhere Argentina reason in say to this one na so omo no omo ya this one for 2022 they are just enjoying the tournament omo free ma any problem omo taking risk any problem Argentina ebe game be my brother ebe back to when they be decide game no and the key factor is Lionel Messi. Either he will give an assist to whether he will score and then the 20 and also one game abema wada and you remember that general shepa
na the Quebec with me ama Messi akwaja Ronaldo no
oh me how a Quebec for the boy against Spain no on say to omo occupy spaces na the 18-year boss and the 6-year boss and penetrating through them is very difficult. It will be a nebo na ebebo no. See emphasis Argentina be shegua. Possible they will score outside the 18-year box based on how I keep it for the ball. On say the difference between the Spain team and the Argentine team when it occur on low block then they say those areas now bema boda a war penalty box in the chino. But akona your friend the Messi junction no. Oh, you say Messi junction.
Oh, boom.
Yes, the Messi junction.
Hey, me Martin, I mean, Matia.
Oh, say junction no.
Matia.
Junction say.
Matia.
Say. Messi junction say.
Matia.
Closer to the.
You apologize myself. Baby, I tell the problem.
Messi junction say. Messi junction say. When Obo on a low blocker, they will try as much as possible to create space. 18-year boss nechi. Messi, enya ball no he knows how to place the ball. Also, my memory example. Okay, how many Real Madrid be no raw. Nigesi.
I tell we no.
Ha Mercy Junction. It is a great ball go no be share against was it against Algeria? Was a share back against
Austria.
Aha. Umu baby o free. Those are on so na best start build up no. Bo so freche no one no redeem steps. And players in him so the ball na 2 woman na.
Obeche.
Either say goalkeeper beche no e bebo pu na beto net. So that Junction was to
the bit keeper.
Okay.
The on say how many spin no. And your Argentina won sa Spain team na ball sa ball. Gavi da wings. Ferran Torres and Yazaba. Sa attack na. Sa Gavi Ferran Torres Yazaba attack.
Na go jini ayi se.
They also Spain for one thing they say Spain for they don't shoot so outside. Almost shoot outside the 18. I know the difference in the woman but say
different.
No because
all right.
Outside
yeah, but solo football man say the thing but na Oma first 5 na there for the aka.
I'm for winning.
5.
Okay.
Back 5.
Of a dropping.
Oh no back so
Central Market.
Central Market so no and about so listen brand remind you mo. No mo meji o ma de enko. The aka be ko baby o mo be ko no. Na bi so okojo ho. Nti na kro no bo be de. You feel say Manabel.
Omachebiane. Omachebiane be ti ana we bisa.
Uko he ball. Ani je na uko je no he ball. Uko chebiane say coach.
Say e fa ka bande na mama iti kakra bi.
Amo ti so afa ka go.
Ya sa ne fa mo e hoti bi abe coffee bi.
Amsi ni na bi o.
Jojo na ma wo Monday Stars e bono kumase ya o.
Emma.
Ladies Monday Stars.
Oh, you more World Cup ni.
I say World Cup ya baba wi.
Na say na call Jordan refi. Jordan say na ye kan ho
ba. Ma ni hu na he kwa ma yo pia.
O me papa, why me dey?
Piero kumase.
Me o to champion.
O to wa di me chi so ba.
We ma ball Piero. Awu ko what in both super o.
O de me fa
ma. Na both be sa go ado ba no be. Ma ball Piero.
Ma fa director ne ma.
There be me pe no an say many beje honi ababy
ambassador of the women
ambassador patozolo ambassador na say nye boost papa na ambassador for women and je baba be boy bi tie mpe post bia unya post and san wa boy bi o na ba so invite mo e ma Monday Stars
obantuma so
oh time be na ebo
ye bona no 6 o'clock
send ya pon highway
ni apapon bia me ya so for like
so no one never award on ya de no na ye so ama me can display tambra na ye nhwe ni just ye kan ye no enye say just no I mono kama obi a majo de Dr. Amuso ansa question ba kwa na
ado munsem no. So the last 2 editions of the World Cup before this one, they were losing finalists and semi-finalists. So it's how they are. Okay. Their players may be aging, but I mean where they get the motivation from when they are playing for the national team. Yeah. And some of them to even at their club level.
National team football is different. I mean, where Twanze, money, Maswake, money, and them. Go for it, and I'm for Tiajina Zano.
National team, no, Hana. Yeah, party na kwa more of sika. Elsewhere, no, and more of a pride. So, because to get a chance to represent on my no nipa be million then you say mo 11 winner mo nko start bon for mo on my no. Entire they play with pride. And omo so no, omo nua, omo maame, omo sister no omo ma. Any society no eti o. Who omo no, they live with them. So they think say me kwana me ko hwia my family will be targeted. It's na nyama motivate mo bombo national team different. It's we saw Croatia against Portugal. One thing is very clear. Say Roberto Martinez has to take big decisions.
The striker
has no problem. And the only true ball correct one a boy, you know. We saw the control and the finish. Just that he was millimeters offside. Oma mo be among that.
Like say we analyze the problem now.
Yeah.
It be at the style of the midfielders in shoot striker. Yeah, as one more fan as a work footy. They can say
the star no.
The time can say lipe bi na obitima bi ono aka say Ronaldo asa. Untimi ba me say abrantie ba ko no ba mu. First match bi ba ko bi ba sa. Omo ba mutimi locate in term ball a Milan boy when say Liao the man no still head say ka senior no wa can me drew osa we are say
do you have any better player with the head
but for me I can because all the buffo
in the world of football is there any player Niti
coach never odi asema make baby Rafael ojina obo no so ti wura center backs ni mu head ball no mi hu so mama Ronaldo bi nka say the command on ntimi o ndi enti o mo fan command ndi o mo ananim ti na make say either say o mbe change o so mo change midfielders no na say o mbe to change striker no eno so be ase we asema we say obufu
asem na o kan o ka che say
obufu
na dem pa cho
tama so he game na
oba on sha na onya on she ase
designer nyeri
anti na mamenko
designer nyeri
asem ni nya ne say
we obufu apa
asem ni nya ne say born na hwe no they have to take big decisions say national team one thing that I've come to realize is say I am a more of club form and a selection no it's in world football what they empower we coach we get me bench Vitina me bench João Neves and I say me bench Bruno Fernandes because Bruno the best Premier League player most assists in the season João Neves and Vitina Oma Bakwa Champions League status with PSG. So what's argument and obetimi aye to suit your narrative say one of them should be taken out for the team. But national team be here balance. So and sometimes you take the critical decisions to get the balance in your model. Clearly the midfield of Portugal, even though these three are exceptional players, but they don't have a balance. Omuni balance. Ni nyane say omuye they all almost no. Everybody want to pass. Obia wants to be involved in the build up. Okay, that is a play. That is a problem no. Omunya person involved in the build up. Entu hwa de. Omajibo obia no. The distance between them and attackers and move because all of them want to be part of the young prepare ball ni no. So prepare. So the gap between them and the attackers always huge. What does not happen? Again, when a friend is a Ronaldo, I use you or boss a decoy, no back to create space. They also use the wingers. What's your ball now? Most cases, Ronaldo dropped to at least trick, but yes, they have to use the wingers and play. It's minimum. What is the problem? I'm not one of those who believes Omashada. There be a just that fan and fama Omumi and Sano. I was say you should try to take one of them out. Maybe I didn't do no. And so take a bold decision to bench one of them and get someone who will complement the others to get the best out of their midfield and play. Again, that's why and they are wingers. First 45 minutes, they were just useless in the game. Rafael Leao and Fernandes Bakoro. Netu. When Timan Chubia, when Jaffa so beyond in the first half, he came in the second half and at least it was better. And yet better than Bono, the only better than come because of our cross here. No? But even the second half, you couldn't make only one affair take on. It's a research stage where when your midfielders are struggling, your wingers are struggling, you are in trouble.
Okay.
Andra, if you say Portugal, because how they fought, especially so close a team, whoever has followed them from 2018, tournament be a Makobia, Obasha Obre, before you are able to eliminate them. It's a weird then, but at the point I think Roberto Martinez took a very bold decision. Substitution here in 4 no.
Ronaldo.
There is a 4 no here at once with Bruno, Vitina, one you move from 4 no. A boy, just that Omoteka he delayed in bringing another midfielder. Also, back to 4-2-4 because ope cut. But I'm not Omoteka no. Ocheye. Who say na press ball mo so kona fe control na coach for no and pile all the pressure until Ojurubi nervous by ya at least omunya stability kakra. So good win for Portugal. We are in for a very big match.
Okay.
Omane friend is Spain.
Right.
The next stage of the.
Yeah, but Ghana there, so I mean, just this one. So Anna, yeah, we need to do. Na yemra Ghana.
I think we enjoy.
And you hold there no. Yeah, no man yemra Ghana. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Sisi yeah na ayi. Mama hwe edini. Okay. Selaso says we. Or say the hatred Timer has for Ronaldo is unparalleled.
Oh. My head.
Is it not?
My head.
Is it Ronaldo? The other sanction to Manchester. Nijaka.
My head.
On that day, back with at this World Cup, it's difficult to analyze. Cristiano Ronaldo. But sometimes, I know to baby a month 20 years and say, Ubianu Wakasi Ronaldo, what he has achieved is not a great player.
Jimmy Granka. Oka Crane.
Ubianu will bet me a casasam. Sort of say. But no close woman say, is a twin. Any other serious country that wants to win the World Cup and start Cristiano Ronaldo as number 9. And they
started Yazaba number 9. Ronaldo number 9. Yazaba.
Yazaba was a 4 goals. I said 4 goals.
Now, there's one World Cup. There was okay. Now, there will be more system more than Dembele, she goes, Dembele number 9. So, on your number 9. Yes, but the system is working to perfection. But we'll be also about with us. Oh, the young fat countries number World Cup. No, to not check or mouth the homes on so much World Cup. On say people are, I want to say when you analyzing Cristiano Ronaldo, not better than because Ronaldo is not young anymore. And he doesn't have this only the speed and not one 20s in the 30s in one area. I'm so to Osha Portugal team now. I had difficult the moment say born na yebono to I just say okope 4 1 + 1 1 + 1 when you 2 to akabu man when you 4 ese okofe be free baby na de be she baby na fa be na de free baby enti say department bin work here and yes department no masan baby omunya bibi nso so and then no woman say Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't have the move and the runs now. Exactly. Obe taking on defenders. Only side the NBA. Et you have for that now. You need to wait on the ball. Some food they say in the year come master me. Zoto Vitinha, João Neves. What these same players at PSG? Who they had the runs at Dembele be creating spaces, unbelocating no.
Ronaldo you say I can't finish in Kwan.
Nazel no Portugal game no boy. The most decisive player was Rafael Leao. He was the only player trying to reduce a for numbers.
Oh yeah. What trying to achieve from Zawai?
Oh, Zakito. No kwana momo yan you no
offside.
So man yes people will not even
Sago na offside.
What's he offside? Born na ye boy ni nyina mzoto. Born na ye boy ni nyina no. He didn't even have any single attempt in the penalty box. Enra game no. This is not the normal Ronaldo. And I see a TSA because on Sabium player be over Ronaldo age be to
41 years.
Sane Bessi. And it's star no bon. Sane Bessi. It's when you accept Sadia now. You cherish the greatness of Cristiano Ronaldo. Sane see you na ye TSA. So, who kasi see ya? Mema boda.
Place near the midfields near the pa. Because some locating in the finishing way to man penetration or Janu Abwase. Dan say Obama na struggle.
Omo na mfa mana na.
Say at the age you know, some best stressing bebre. Don't some ba mo ye man na we are nice Abwase no afa no wadi. Because some contribute no game na I want him more 25 minutes. That is why I will keep ball no.
Don't hunu mo ball no.
Hunu mo ball no. On the age no one no. Say but the freaking man we share no.
Olma ofie.
Obama na finish it. The ball no bakura o maji mobi. And they call it to a pass in swati. Where just simple pass at 1 meter, 2 meters. And yes, they make a Ronaldo cannot dribble as first no see dribble no econo. And the contribution on to me for no kwa. Very last always penalty area anymore. Go area anymore no focus. Don't say the movement doesn't go away from the penalty area. And it's only part of so all money beji amana ya on to me nya energy in some conquer finish ball no. And you know mo try say ye di man na o je dey mo o take it off na man na o the time free kick boy ya o put you so a finisher the game man no o first ni na ni hon according to the age no nti o say wo tia say Ronaldo na ye ka no enye obi nka nche o min nka say Ronaldo nyaade but age ni na aka che no the contribution of the game cannot be like the first na o tia no nti o say wa accept
so the other one na here can you say looking at the kind of players at Portugal, this system of feeding Ronaldo in the penalty box should never be a problem. And nobody can tell us it has to do when it comes to penalty box specialist movement in the penalty box. Ronaldo, yeah.
Time,
but if you're watching Portugal, the first you realize that most of the players are underperforming. They are not living up to what they can do.
Now Ronaldo will live up to what he can do.
Shobit say Rafael Leao, Pedro Neto, Shawan Cancelo. Na Shobit say Nuno Mendes. You bet me a born. Now successful delivery elko penalty box no. Some players for your more pretty from the wings no. No to be my three. Successful delivery. Now we watch Haaland. We watch Haaland. Oh no way.
Obed.
We watch Haaland will know it. The point that I'm saying is that Shelby said, oh, you are talking about space. These players are not creating. As some no. And now Liao a page ball no call box. Before that, now how many cross na Liao aya I could see the page. What the aya call box no? Obi head the crown now we know that you've supplied. No, David, the point is they are not even supplying. Bruno Fernandes, you know Manchester United. A number of passes are not bought. Marash, while are not saying no. A Bobby, my players no more saying no. Tournament where you would. How many passes na Bruno about the penalty box? What the amount of Biama Nipana bar saying no. That is what we are saying, you know. In as much as we all have to admit that Ronaldo is 41 years, but he has something that he brings to the table. The other table here say, give me the supplies and I'll do the finishing. The supplies are not coming.
Supply now will come 1-7 no. Obed.
Yeah, open for this. Omni strikers, omunya de kura na ebo. E so mo pass ko box.
My example of Haaland. How Haaland ebe keep defenders busy. How he move around. Trying to strike defenders no. And no case Ronaldo nya say djuma na ontimi
in the penalty box.
Yeah, he cannot do it. Hwe mizoto.
Ronaldo the first game against DR Congo. He was the third player running. Or the Portuguese
DR Congo game no. How easily Mbemba marking Cristiano Ronaldo?
No more ma cover distance or Portuguese Ronaldo.
Over there, me born no makase. The moment I menya eye test no. You cannot easily use statistics to convince me.
An American statistics.
No, me say you cannot easily use statistics to convince me. What I'm saying is say and then how Cristiano Ronaldo, he cannot even occupy defenders. He doesn't stretch defenders. And then Tia say on because Bema Boda at the age of 41. Nipa dodo say kwa no munya 41 omo betimi abo. So what is ade na say then you understand how to use Cristiano Ronaldo. What is ade na say you understand how to use Cristiano Ronaldo. Enra wo de upper mizoto. Share the movement of the Portuguese team the last 20 minutes of the game.
Because pressure no almost 20 minutes. They did nothing in the last 20 minutes. It was all about Croatia.
But when they did changes, it was Portugal who were controlling the game. Would they not Croatia there your quick transition from the midfield? They are good when it comes
after Ronaldo scored the goal.
But when it comes to game control, Portugal were controlling the game. And Portugal were using Croatia were using quick transition.
Portugal goalkeeper.
The boys are sleeping. And they said na ye nyina yesu say nya yesu
Bruno
enjoy Cristiano Ronaldo to say no one in the 30s and the 20s be it now if there is a big decision the coach needs to take a drew pointer hwe about 2022 World Cup no on say the then coach coach odo European Championship Santos will take the same decision. Then Kunkalo Ramos Yane by in their next game against Switzerland. Osha 3 goals. And
the next one,
maybe Osha 3 goals. The Moroccan team that eliminated Portugal. They were beating teams that were better than Portugal.
Ramos
and they would Ronaldo. I don't want to say Morocco better Portugal. It's not like they are better than them. And you might be Aqua and Asha Portugal. It's Morocco. A country the last World Cup, so they were third. Look at what they are doing at this tournament. And then Morocco share Portugal in news. Any news?
The point
and then they are better than Portugal.
At the point,
Any
you created the impression that Ronaldo is the problem. The
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo film. The problem is no longer the Nwako Lusu. Now Lusu, they are not better. And the man
Ronaldo no more Lusu near Cassandra Ronaldo.
So the story of the day is that team Bia quality.
One of
the best right backs in the game. But in this tournament, one Cancelo, one of the best right backs in the game. He's been average in this tournament. You Ronaldo ni festival.
Ronaldo
Portugal goalkeeper against Colombia, or 6 saves. They're not a game. No. Look at the crucial saves that Portugal goalkeeper. Oh, Jibo. May say, let's pick the individual players and analyze them. Shabo Cancelo. What has been the attacking contribution and the defensive contribution of one Cancelo? The last time against was it
Ronaldo ne Portugal ne Uzbekistan. Ronaldo go no one man is assist.
Cancelo man.
Ya Cancelo.
Me say. What has been his contribution? Can a level
the contribution ni be Ronaldo.
Open.
Na ma got what to do.
Uzbekistan and over pass.
Ma got what to do.
Open this only share team.
They here in here.
These are your peers. Eh software.
Software.
Ronaldo is soft. Ronaldo oye this Alamo ne ayi kemu de ni bi o.
Now what cap your boy for the Haaland buy? How many teams na the Haaland aba? You see the point I'm trying to make. Argentina the Lautaro Martinez aba or the Julian Alvarez aba, but the system is different. Check the distance that Messi cover. Point here say when you have a player and you think the player sign Kylian Mbappe or the French team, look at how they are playing to suit Kylian Mbappe. Check it when they started Dembele. So Dembele and Dembele nyankobebo force 9 because I don't know ball PSG.
Portugal players any
Meba. And no ball PSG. But national team no. Yes, it's different. The point I'm trying to make is that at every national team you will be a function. The system needs to evolve around the person. The system needs to evolve around that person. It's checking the French team and how they operate around Kylian Mbappe. Checking the English team and how they operate around the big Hurricane. And only the Ayeka. That is the point that we are making. And only Koma Ayedi. Check Hurricane, Yeka Hurricane, now he goes a Hurricane. Efficiency in the penalty box. So any striker, who you coach, any striker, our number 9, take him outside the penalty box. What's in a threat? So by default, that is the basic. We number 9 be a free penalty box man. The threat 100%. Where you make 50% free. So the best thing is that your number 9, you must use him in the box. Fortunately, Portugal or Bruno, Portugal or Bernardo Silva, Portugal or Vitinha, Portugal or João Neves or Ruben Neves, Portugal or Rafael Leao, Portugal or Conceição, Portugal or Pedro Neto. Let's pick these individual players. Niambi say I say you have a chance and you assist. Obotum na nipa na nsha you find a chance. Or sha na assist. Niambi say so ma create chance saying we dey any assist if you come to assist they say o man share.
Good one. And the other na omunye. They are
underperforming. Because even if you are not creating for Ronaldo, they are
why are they underperforming? Because these are guys we saw them recently in the Champions League.
Issues of tactical from the coach, the structure of the team.
Coach
the issue of balance. Because I will check it. We are the French team. They've made changes. Sometimes somebody can be very good, but in the system now, person bono. And the person you want to amplify in abilities, it will be tranching. Suppose France right check it.
Send Ronaldo which my tranching.
And it all comes back. See, I can't ask him. We say, two things. Either say you think in his presence the other players cannot function, you put him on the bench.
Exactly.
Or
what they are saying to baby.
And previously, when they did that, what was the results? Say,
Daben.
Obi I can say he's a problem.
Daben.
The last World Cup.
Oh no, they say they are trying.
Santos, no.
They say yaba this young Canadian Gomoy. Some na say na so call ya na ko e ba be say go.
One take anka obasha winning on.
India ha.
Otu. Common say. The common idea is very simple. The other players are not functioning well in the system.
Are not playing well.
Including him.
To some extent.
Bruno.
Oh, no, baby. They just to some extent, yes, Bruno. And then Mehudu no Mendes. Minimbo no Mendes did me about. He bought about tournament.
Bruno.
He bought no Mendes about tournament. Moto had no nervous. They give a lot of back passes. Oh, dear, Moto, young players are number 9. They create for other players to score. Young Jude Bellingham or tournament. Just behind Harry Kane. Can you compare the Jude Bellingham just behind Harry Kane to that of the Bruno here in this tournament, Anna? What the Enfa Bibian Tonchen? Yahu Michael Olise. Yahu Michael Olise for France. Yahu Michael Olise for France. Yahu Diawoye when he gets the ball. You can talk about Kylian Mbappe's movement and all other things. But on one kasa to me shoot you from a distance. Even if he cannot create for Mbappe, what to me create him at Dembele? What to me create him at Desire do any Bakola? Young boy, Bakola Ashego. So the point I'm trying to make is that Rafael Leao, Pedro Neto, Conceição, all these guys are under young Bruno Fernandes. United Rasmus Holland they bar all floppy. Now Bruno Abase.
CR7 Nana Adams, the CR7 will retire and you guys will be free. Why? Nana Adams, you want to advise Portugal could not to start CR. In a game, very funny. Boy, Francis say, Sotu and Striker just hit CR for nothing. I agree with Obed. There are no supplies. And Adam Jibo should go and apply for the Portugal national team coaching job. And Adam, those are messages. We think they're far below belt. We say it's we wish we have Ronaldo in the Black Stars team now. Eugene Fifi. The question is, why are all the Portuguese players average? I think the problem is a target man. Okay, then Ghana, I say, so why do you take all the time to discuss a team that has finished their game rather than us who just started a game today? Yeah, okay, and he asked that it's becoming boring. Okay, so that's it. Right. We are now for maybe
a lot of examples. But one thing we have to understand is and the majority of footballers have become system players. So when you take the system away, those players will not function. And Omo Hawa, na make say players for Vitinha never any Bruno Fernandes more. Bruno Fernandes in Zaki to Tenaka the whole world is the best creative midfielder in the world. So if Bruno is not putting up that performance Zaki to describe as the best creative midfielder in the world now, then you need to start asking yourself questions. When you build a system like PSG, because concentration is in PSG players so PSG game is centered around movement. How players run, how they interchange positions. PSG said the Luis Enrique si born a ball. If they play with a typical number 9, you who PSG said this woman. We say Goncalo Ramos who PSG. Enrique Nekoya, I got in a double Dembele ball force number 9. So it's in the game is centered around movement. That is how he wants his team to play. And the what players are fitting into the system. No? Okay. A quite a particular person for mobile. Because they have some of these players from Kobo PSG. If they are building their team around Vitinha, Neves, and Omope, Hawa, Mendes, it's use space, attack your opponent now. You need to structure your team well. And you need certain players. It was our system, no function. So you need certain players in that system as an function. It will up ahead. Anytime a PSG bebo bia, when Dembele is out of the game, or they are Mendes ni Vitinha recycling one away because they are not getting the movement in Dembele the moment. These are players when you want to get the best out of them. Yes, our spaces now attackers be jam moment and no more the edge. Asem no more ye mana kwa say they are not supplying. So the question is players name be say Ronaldo beji kapana.
So am so beji bi.
Yes. Because just imagine same so too. Yabo World Cup here Portugal winning cup no. Aside Cristiano Ronaldo, any member of the Portuguese national team is a World Cup winner. Who know what it takes to win a World Cup? So to say cast watch a World Cup. And yet that easy. And just imagine this Portugal team. Portugal in their history has never won the World Cup before. Says our generation way edgy World Cup. So to omudi bet na what till thy kingdom come. Eti say na yakwa and say and they don't want to supply Cristiano Ronaldo. Hwe udo papa daje pa amzutu. Me se kohwe DR Congo ne Portugal. Kohwe Portugal ni Colombia. Colombia for ni timija Ronaldo nko agina ho. No ni Lukumi. Moja ono nko a Lukumi so ni ngina ho. Ye kwaba. Ombe kwa saba betu Lukumi ni Cristiano Ronaldo. Hey, so what did I say? Ombe kwa ba betu because the two
I'm corrupt jo.
Ah, my memo example she England ni DR Congo. England ni DR Congo. Time a game ni me here then no. Once wo bo one here abaka ko bo Anthony Gordon abaso for the 2 assists. But check the runs Hurricane was making to stretch the DR Congo defense. If one yes runs now, Anthony Gordon no nya space in passes abo no.
So come pass man.
On nya space in passes abo no.
But you say Portugal attack no. But you mzo tu omo mienza. Omo attack no mienza. Nti se ba ku create space a others no. Space me no ma create receive.
No manan komo ni edi.
There be say the we are anya manan some.
Komo edi de.
There be jibo
Romante Hurricane.
But jibo example make here no PSG no. PSG ba ku pe na
Dembele.
Enya ba ku pe na there be ahumi ensa no na interchange etumrika to create spaces no. Nti where is Rafael Leao?
Dembele.
Wow, we making look at and Rafael Leao to he touch the ball. He say attempt 8 dribbles me no penalty me successful. No nyare one kwache. No successful cross apart from the back.
What is the strength?
Blaster.
What is the strength of the PSG attack when they are attacking? Is it true? The Ahmad Dembele is so important, and they say there are individual players almost so good. To say Kvaratskhelia, to say be a Zigi, okay. So occupy 2 center backs now. The strength of Kvaratskhelia as a player aims to 1v1 situation. O double up on him, but on your 1v1, Zuto or Dobeko. A Kwame or Befasonia 1v1. No. They will need a center forward or occupy the other 2 center forwards with his movement. Said the Bayer Kvaratskhelia need Zeri in critical situations to Umbenya 1v1.
Okay.
So to the mechanic say I rest on your way now. On say, oh, yeah, Caucasus here.
The very Spain.
Ababa, yes.